Hey guys, it's Christmas Day on a cruise ship. And one of the biggest questions we get all the time as full-time travelers is, what is it like to be away from your family on the holidays? And this week has been a little interesting. And we just want to share with you some of the highs, some of the lows of what it's been like, and also how being here on Christmas Day has really just changed our ideas by just bringing out emotions that we never thought we were going to have. It's going to be kind of sweet, it's going to be kind of funny, it's just going to be different because that's the way the day has been. Come along, join us. Merry Christmas, my love.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, folks. I have to drink when I toast. She doesn't. It's okay.
It's official. It's Christmas Day.
It is official, and we are still on the cruise ship, as you can tell by our glorious background.
53 days to Antarctica, then back up to Buenos Aires. And
wow.
We probably got about 2 weeks to go.
Yeah, we just had the second leg ended in Buenos Aires, and a bunch of people got off, and a bunch of people got on. Now, the bunch of people that got off were a talkative bunch.
This has been a social cruise.
Very social.
You can be sitting at a table, even if there's other things available. People just walk up and sit down at your table and start talking to you.
Yes, they
Which
do.
is fine. But
it is, and for most of the people that got off, they all had the same thing that they talked about. The fact that they had to get home for Christmas. They had to get home for the holidays.
And as you can imagine, most people on a cruise ship say, where are you from? We kind of have to explain, because if we say Washington, they start asking us questions about towns, and we're like, we don't know. We don't really live there. So, we say we travel, and what do they answer?
How can you be away for the holidays? How can you miss your family? How many kids do you have? How many grandchildren do you have?
And then
dogs, cats, pets, mices?
Especially on this trip, they've been very much like, well, we're getting off because we have to see our family. You're not getting off? Yeah, it's been a little rough, to be honest, guys. We're going to tell you our canned answer to them. And then we're going to give you our hearts, okay? Because you're our tasters and you're our pals. So we're going to speak from the heart here.
So the canned answer is quite simple.
Wait, don't worry though. It's fun at the end. Today's been a great day. So don't miss the end.
Enough wine, any day is fun. But in all honesty, the canned answer is very simple. We have 5 kids, we have 4 grandkids. The 5 kids live in 4 states, going from New York on the East Coast to Oklahoma in the middle of the country to Washington State and California on the West Coast. So, who would we live next to? Which one would we go see? Who would we spend Christmas with? Who would we spend Thanksgiving with? Oh wait, they have in-laws. Maybe they're going to spend them with somebody else.
And the truth is, even before we left, they had complicated lives. They had in-laws and careers where sometimes they had to work on Christmas. Mm-hmm. So we didn't really get together on Christmas Day almost ever. We would try to get together with pieces of our family who were close by, maybe even on Christmas Eve, or maybe
the Wednesday before Christmas.
Yeah, the weekend before, the weekend after, whatever. But the truth is, we weren't too worried about missing Christmas because they were missing Christmas every year.
Pretty much. And I mean, we can look back to last year, and we have videos about returning home and kind of how that went. But last year for Christmas, we ended up seeing some of our family on Christmas Day.
In California.
But for the most part, they had other in-laws also to go see.
We saw one of our kids' families early in the morning on Christmas Day, and then they had to go to the in-laws' house. And some of our kids were working that day. One was with their other in-laws, but we had seen them on Christmas Eve a little bit.
Yeah.
But the truth is, last Christmas, when we were home, we spent the day alone in a hotel room. in a not great place.
So because of that, the honest truth is we weren't all that worried about missing Christmas this year.
No, and we had kind of sworn to not really be home for Christmas again because it's heartbreaking.
A bit touching, yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, this year we thought, we're fine and we're going to be on a cruise to Antarctica and it'll be great.
No problem.
Yeah. And then all these people stuck their suitcases out the doors and they left for their families. And
it got a bit touching.
I woke up the next morning and I felt like crying.
Yeah.
And I felt like that for a couple days, like sad. And I thought, what is going on with me?
Hormones.
It wasn't hormones.
I know.
What did I tell you? I said this is the first time in 2.5 years that I am homesick. And I feel really homesick this year.
Yeah. And one of the interesting things is that when you have these types of emotions, I'm going to put on my psychologist hat. I'm not a psychologist, so now you know
that's how he avoids his own emotions.
Now you
Go
know
ahead, doctor.
Now you know how well the hat fits. But the honest truth is when you have these emotions, and they tend to be sad or they tend to be a little bit upsetting, you tend to take out those emotions out on the people you love.
Well, yeah, you stuff them down, right? That's because we're really emotionally healthy people, so of course we do. And then, Tim says something stupid, and I mean,
I said
him.
How
anyway,
dare I say something stupid?
It's one of those kind of like
flippant. I believe flippant is the correct word.
I'm not good with authority, and it sounded a little controlling, and so I kind of freaked out, right? So I got a little angry and lecturing, and then I started crying, and then I came back to the cabin, and we decided to take a little breathing room, and I cried and cried, and actually you came back in crying.
Yeah, you realize that these emotions that you have, they're real, and no matter how much you try to stop them, they get you.
Yeah, and I think as I had time to actually reflect before I, ate crow,
It's a tasty pie.
I realized a lot of that is because of grief. What I feel is not anger towards Tim. I feel grief of missing our family. And it's hard this year.
Yeah.
It's been really, really hard this year. Let's pause for 1 sec.
Okay, so emotions are real. And it has been really hard this year. And
we just saw them.
I know, it just caught us off guard.
We literally just saw them a month ago, so we thought we'd be fine.
Yeah.
But maybe seeing them kind of made it
real.
Yeah. Real what we're missing.
So here's the unique thing, tasters. When we talk about how great travel is and how wonderful seeing the world is,
there's a cost.
Yeah, there is a cost to it, and this is one of them.
And I'll tell you something. So as we were talking to all these people that have a lot of opinions about our life, a lot of them also were saying, I would love to do what you do,
but I can't.
Except that I have parents still. So they're our age, but their parents are still alive. Ours are all deceased and have been for quite a few years.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, this really made us think about that too. And so there's a lot of guilt in there with the grief.
Yeah, because we looked back, and as we raised our family, we tried to have a lot of Christmases with our small family. Now, I'm going to rewind back.
We even did that before the kids. There was years we were just like, we just want to be alone for our first Christmas.
But now let's rewind a little bit, because when you grew up, you had huge family Christmases.
Huge extended family Christmas.
Yeah.
With piles of gifts, huge meals, so much fun. But also, family's family, guys. I mean, it is what it is.
They're not perfect?
Well, of course, if you're watching and you're part of my family, of course they're perfect.
Ah, okay, good.
No, they're pretty great. They were great. But you know how it is when you get a large group of people together. It's tiring, even if it's happy. And there's always a few little
Right.
wrinkles. That's normal.
Right. And, you know, as a guy, I didn't have a family. I was on my own from birth, hunting the wild, taking on the world.
You know how in high school, girls, you always looked at certain guys and you're like, well, they can't have a family. They're so independent and amazing. They all had families. Tim had one too.
I did.
And maybe not as good as mine.
No, we barely did Christmas. So that's a whole nother story we don't need to get into.
But even so, his parents did live with near us for a few years. We had a few very good years before things went south a bit.
Again, another story.
But both sides of our parents, so it was complicated, right? We had both sides of our parents. Do we go to this house, that house, or do we spend Christmas alone? We would often, almost always, spend Christmas alone.
By
and then
choice.
See each of the parents separately,
On a different day.
sometime within 2 weeks of Christmas, before or after.
You mean kind of like our kids did?
Yeah, that's the part that really bites. It bites your heart hard when you think about that and you think, okay, now I'm that age.
Right.
And now I feel like forsaken, sort of, even though we're the ones that left, so that's ridiculous. But, you know, did we make our parents feel that way? Our kids aren't making us feel this way, but we're wondering whether we made our parents feel that way.
Right. And so our little running tidbit of a joke is, you know, we should have spent more time with her parents. Because I didn't have parents.
Okay. So you kind of get
Got to make a decision somewhere.
We just want you to understand the real emotions that have been going on here this week.
Yes.
Now, thankfully, 2 days ago, so today's Christmas Day, right? 2 days ago, actually it was 2 and 3 days ago, we finally had some Wi-Fi in Buenos Aires, and we videoed with all of our kids, all their partners, all the grandkids, and so
there was a peace and an ease with that.
We felt really good about it because no one guilted us, no one questioned it. They all had plans. They were all happy. Nobody was upset. It was very positive. So
You didn't do anything wrong.
yeah,
Yay!
we were just like, okay, this is good. It's fine. And we started finding out what was coming up for Christmas Eve, Christmas Day on the ship. We were excited. There's a lot going on a cruise ship around Christmas. And we realized we can stay busy the entire time. We're excited for Antarctica. They've got lots of presentations by naturalists about what's coming up. Be sure you're subscribed. We got so much good content coming up. But anyways, we were excited, right?
Yes, we were.
Now,
and what happened?
I forgot to say one thing about a few days before this. When we were talking about Christmas and what might it be like, I said, do you think they'll read a story for the kids?
Here on the
Because
ship, of course.
On the ship, they usually do the night of Christmas Eve. But sometimes they do it in like a private thing that's just for the families and kids.
Well,
and
because
other
there's there's creepsters out there. So they try to avoid letting all the creepsters
and that's
in.
understandable. But yeah, I was a little sad about it. Like reminiscing of our Christmases with our kids, that's one of my favorite things, reading
Gingerbread
stories
Man
the
and that
night
type
before.
of stuff. Yes.
So we found out that yesterday they were having the story time, which made us super excited.
And they did it in the piazza, so we were welcome to watch.
And although I had cried about the idea of they might or might not do this, I did not cry at the story.
No, you did not.
I very much enjoyed it. I was super happy watching all the little kids sitting on the blanket in front of the cruise director.
Fernando.
Yeah, and they had their little mugs of cocoa and their cookie, and they listened to The Night Before Christmas. And
all through the house.
It was sweet.
There were lots of creatures stirring.
It was very sweet.
There wasn't a mouse. There was Stanley the bear.
So we had a ton of fun yesterday and last night. And then this morning, we made sure to get up in time to go see.
We just lost sliding.
Why did the light turn on?
Well, I guess the lights went out on that story.
But MacGyver Tim has rigged up a way to keep the light on.
And this is a picture, just for fun, of what it looks like to film inside of a cruise cabin. Now, back to our story.
Okay, so what were we saying? Okay, so this morning we got up and they had a Santa thing with the kids.
They did.
And it was precious, you guys.
It really was.
And it was pajama morning. So all these kids in their pajamas, all these families in their pajamas.
Adults with matching pajamas with the kids.
Some people that didn't even have kids were in their pajamas.
I didn't have any pajamas, so I wore regular clothes.
A couple of the older couples on this ship were kind of like Mr. and Mrs. Claus Day outfits.
Total side note. I saw Santa the day before Christmas Eve, and his hair was braided into a very long ponytail, and he was wearing a Speedo getting into a hot tub. It was not pretty, folks. Whoa. Okay.
So we're watching these adorable families taking pictures and grinning, and we were so happy.
Some of the kids being afraid to see Santa, get near him. Other kids being excited to see Santa and get near him. Yeah. It was just...
So many memories with that coziness. And okay, so we went outside and we're talking. And basically it's like, this made us happy. But we realized it's sort of in that Hallmark movie sort of way.
Totally, because as you know with families, your children are perfect all of the time.
Yes, and it's easy to get everyone up and into matching pajamas and take pictures and then have them all in a well-behaved way sit around and carefully open their gifts, which they did give the kids a little gift.
And they all waited in line patiently to go see Santa.
Yes, everything was just perfect. It was exactly like a Hallmark movie.
So I'm going to ask this question and see if you know the answer. How many of these parents were able to pack on gifts into their luggage? And if your parents didn't pack on luggage and you didn't get a gift, were you really happy to see Santa?
How many kids woke up this morning in that cabin? I'm just saying our kids would have been like, well, I'm glad there's gifts, but there's no chimney, so there's no fireplace, so there's no this. We didn't put the cookies out.
But I would take them outside and I would show them the giant chimney of the ship and say Santa can access all rooms through the giant chimney.
It's just gotta be a thing, guys, that when you wake up in a crowded cruise cabin with your kids appearing perfect at 9 a.m. like that.
Did not happen easily.
No tears. It couldn't have been as perfect as it looked. I'm just saying. We had trouble doing that in our own house, and we never looked perfect. And it was hard just to get everybody like corralled and...
I always look perfect. No.
And the kids are hungry, and I don't know. If you have kids, I think you know what we're saying. So we went to our daughter's house last Christmas morning. Of course, they had a toddler and an infant, and it was really the toddler's really first Christmas because, she was like a teeny tiny baby when she was the first Christmas. So, it's just chaotic. No matter how perfect you try to make it be, it's so chaotic. And she didn't know what she's doing. She's a tiny toddler. She doesn't know she's supposed to open things or see the big Santa gift. And
that's for me?
Later at the hotel, I was like, no one took a single picture.
And we were trying to coax children into doing stuff.
We were present, which you want to be. But the first baby's Christmas, literally no pictures because we were so busy just trying to make it happen with a kid that doesn't know what's going on.
I was the present.
You were the present.
I was Grandpa. I am the present.
Anyways, it was precious to see, but what I'm saying is I don't think there's any families where it's just this perfect thing and then this nice breakfast just shows up. Nobody had to cook it. Nobody cleaned up all the wrapping paper.
But here on the cruise ship, there was a nice breakfast, and it did just show up. course, you had to go to it, but it showed up. And someone did clean up the wrapping paper.
There was no kids going like, oh, this isn't the exact one I asked for. You know, those kinds of things.
That actually may have happened inside people's cabins. We don't know because we didn't see that.
Right. All we saw was the public part of this Hallmark Christmas. And, you know, we could have been on Disney.
You know what? I'm just going to say, if you're going to be on a cruise line for Christmas, I think Disney...
It might be better than Hallmark, really.
Could be the best, or Disney could be the nightmare from hell with that many kids.
That's true. Princess doesn't have that many kids usually.
Although this is the most kids I've seen on a
Christmas,
cruise.
a lot of intergenerational families travel. And there was a lot of younger families with kids that I guess maybe the gift to the parents was a trip to Antarctica, right? And they're like, I guess we have to bring the kids because it's Christmas.
No choice.
I don't know. I'm just saying, there's quite a few kids on this for Princess, which means maybe 20.
Maybe, yeah.
Which is perfect. It was just the right amount. Yeah, Disney, oh my gosh, the chaos, right?
But they probably have more staff to handle it.
They probably have different venues with, like, if you want...
Come to Under the Sea.
Yeah.
Wait, on a cruise ship, you never want to be
There's
under the sea.
a Minnie Christmas and a Mickey Christmas and a... Yeah. And there's no Under the Sea Christmas.
No Under the Sea. Okay. I hope you don't mind that we took a moment just to kind of tell you what it's really like to be away for Christmas, kind of tell you that as much as the nomad life is incredible for us, it does have a few drawbacks. And
that you need to consider.
Yeah, you really need to consider those things. And I'm not going to lie, the reality of being a nomad is you're almost a fly on the wall a lot of times.
The ship is really rocking.
And you get to see things that, you know, actually warm your heart and make you laugh at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, there was the lows of the pre-Christmas anticipation, but the high of Christmas Eve and Christmas have really made up for it, and we are fine. We are happy. We've had a great Christmas. It's just been sweet and funny. And
did I tell you I got a Christmas present?
You did? What was that?
Me. I give myself to you.
All I want for Christmas is you, baby.
Aww.
For every Christmas.
Thanks. And you know what? I think the other thing that we want for Christmas?
Subscribers.
Thanks again for watching.
We love you guys. Thanks for sharing this with us. We hope your Christmas was amazing. Or next Christmas, who knows when you're watching this.
True.
Anyways, may every Christmas be magical for you.
Now, get out there and taste some life for yourself.
Please subscribe to both of our channels, and in the descriptions below, you will find links to our social media. And you know what? Leave us a comment. Tell us what you like, and let us know what you'd like to see in the future.